Alert Reactor. Roll off.
What's up, Reactorites? I'm John.
I'm Chris.
And in this video, we're going to be talking about a little game that just came out this week. A little game I like to call Street Fighter V. And it came out, certain people in the community, Street Fighter fighting game community, they're a little bit upset. I don't know why. Okay, I do know why, but I'm going to have Chris here explain it.
I won't say it's just some. There's just so many people that are mad about this. Why we'll call this Street Fighter V Online Edition? Because it's lacking so much stuff. We've got no story mode. We've got a small one.
There's a story mode. Each character has like
3 or 4
stories.
fights at best.
Yeah, maybe some of them even 2 fights.
Yeah. But the thing is, we're not getting our full story mode, cinematic story mode, until June. We've got no shop, so you can't buy anything, even though you're supposed to be able to buy things. We've had terrible online, but it's improving. I don't know about you. I've gotten a couple more fights in.
Yeah, for me, I played this yesterday, and pretty much the success rate of online fights I would say maybe 80%.
Okay.
Would run smooth, and then sometimes I would just get disconnected. I was like, is this guy rage quitting? Did he like disconnect his modem or whatever? But I'm thinking it's just the Capcom servers.
Okay, so what everybody's really mad about, the simple enough, is it's an incomplete game. We're not getting stuff until next month, and a bulk of it in June.
Mm-hmm.
So let's take a look at some of the cons and pros. There's a lot of cons, and there's a few pros.
Yeah, so let's talk about the pros. For me, right now, like just the fighting, I've enjoyed the character that I'm using. My main is Cammy, and she has improved a lot in terms of just the ease of moves compared to Street Fighter 4. And other characters, I feel like they've nerfed them.
It's a combination. You've gotten some characters have been simplified, and then, well, most of the characters have been simplified, but it's to make the game a lot more accessible to new players.
Yeah.
For me, it feels a lot more simplistic in combos. It's a little less flashy, I guess you can say. A little less flash, a little less style. But there are characters that you still need to master that make it look good. Because I main Karin, and she's not as flashy as, let's say, somebody like Fang. Ryu can do some great damage. But, it's going to take a while for combos to happen.
Uh-huh.
There's a lot of things to find.
Okay, yeah, it's because the game just came out this week, so a lot of people are still finding hidden gems, hidden combos, and all that. For this one, the other pro for me would be the graphics. I like the graphics a lot better than Street Fighter 4. I wasn't really a fan of the Street Fighter 4 style. Certain characters.
You don't like
great.
2.5D? Is that what you're saying?
Street Fighter 4 2.5, not because of the just the 2.5, but just the actual drawing style, the art style.
I like the art style on that a little bit more. Like, in all honesty, 5 looks gorgeous. I'm not going to say that.
Yeah.
But I've always been a fan of keeping true to a 2D style, and so adding a 2.5D element makes it look really nice.
Yeah.
For some games it looks better, but 5 I'll give visually looks great.
Yeah, some characters though, I don't like the design choice. For example, Ken, he just looks terrible. Like Ken, I would rather have him in Street Fighter 4. Cammy, Street Fighter 5 version is a lot better than Street Fighter 4's version.
Which one, her regular or her alternate?
Just in general, just the way they did her
face and everything.
Face, yeah.
Yeah, but let's look at like somebody like Armika.
What happened?
Armika.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I like Armika as a character. I played her in Alpha, but I'm not too fan. But she's interesting if you can learn her mix-ups.
Yeah. So I guess it's kind of a hit and miss in terms of the character design. But overall, I like the overall design of Street Fighter V better than 4.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And let's see, what would be another pro for you?
I'm liking the characters. I'm liking the V trigger skill. I'm liking the V skills. They're adding a little bit of a nice little change up. Some of them are overpowered compared to other characters. It's just something you're going to have to learn. Counters are going to be very important. Meter manager is important. So, I don't know. There's a lot I still want to find out about this game. But so far, I am liking where it's going.
Yeah. And when you said, I'm liking where this is going, that means this is like stuff that hasn't been explored yet because they haven't released certain content yet. For example, you mentioned in June, we're going to get the cinematic story mode.
Which is supposed to be an hour or two full, as Ono said.
Yeah, he said the gameplay is going to be a little over an hour. But then the gameplay for each character story, if you play them all together, it's around an hour. So I feel like we might be getting gypped. But then again, this is a fighting game, and usually
nobody ever cares about single player mode. That's
Yeah.
the one thing that's pretty funny about everything. When have you ever played most fighting games for cinematic story mode?
Yeah.
Mortal Kombat, you might have, and there are other fighting games where you actually earn characters by doing this, but you're not getting too much. You are getting the 150,000 fight points to use towards a new character, whatever you want to buy.
Yeah.
But honestly, this is an offline versus game. An online, you're just gonna do it for two simple things: playing your friends or playing online.
Yeah. After you beat the existing character story, that's done with. So all you have left is to play offline with each other or online in ranking in casual matches, and that's pretty much it. The new stuff, the story comes out in June. New characters will be released
starting
monthly,
March
starting March. The first one is
Alex,
and so the good thing about that, at least that and the story mode, you can earn fight money. Fight money is free to earn, and you can get it for free.
Pretty much, just play the game, play online, do the story mode. You get enough points right now to get Alex next month.
Yeah.
And then you just keep playing online. You can get everything else. It's not bad, you know. There's still going to be the possibility. No, not possibility, but people can buy a season pass actually. Just get everything and be completely lazy. So it's up to you.
Yeah. So if you get the money, you don't want to earn the fight money, because earning fight money is a lot harder than I thought it was going to be. Because each fight that I'm playing online, I get like
1,000?
50?
50, yeah.
50
like
fight money for each fight. But then sometimes when you level up your character, you get 1,000. Or when you do certain story elements, you get like 1,000.
Survival mode you get to do, but okay, that's just to be expected. It's not going to be easy. You got to work for it, and plus it kind of makes you want to actually spend the money. We've talked about pros for the most part. Now let's go to cons.
Mm-hmm.
Why don't you start that one off?
Yeah, so pretty much the cons. I think you're going to be agreeing with me with the cons, because right now everything's just bare bones. It feels like they just released it just to release it early, and then they'll figure out stuff later down the road. Like, we'll just release the core element, the fighting stuff. And then since we didn't have time to put in the story mode or to put in the characters, we'll release them later, and then we'll fix them later. And that's how I feel. It's kind of a cheap way to do it, because when let's say you're buying it day one, $60, you're expecting a lot of the stuff to be on there, not like release it later. And I think that's very just a rushed job.
Okay, so I'll agree and disagree with you, and I'll tell you why. I completely agree that it's a bare bones game. It's just the offline elements. But there's a reason why Capcom did that. And a lot of people aren't going to agree with it, aren't going to be happy with it, but it's the one that makes the most sense. Capcom Cup. It's what everything's about. Again, nobody really cares about this single player mode. Everybody's making a big fuss about it.
I do.
And, you're going to play it once, maybe twice, ever. It's not going to be like you playing Halo. You play Halo online for a good reason, or offline, and then you do the online mode with your buddies. This is a game you're just mostly going to play offline for versus mode, and online mode to face people for
I want to learn about the character's backstory. Chris.
Yeah, and you do that like once. But anyway, so the main reason is Capcom Cup. Starting next month will be the Capcom Pro Tour. And the first event's going to be Final Round, followed by NorCal Regionals. So for those who aren't too familiar with the fighting game scene, those are two big events where you can earn Capcom Pro Tour points. You've heard of the Capcom Cup, which they held last year over at the PlayStation Experience. Well, the final game obviously was Ultra Street Fighter 4. So what's going on is Capcom released the game now because Capcom Pro Tour is going to start next month, and they're working that way to that. They got rid of Street Fighter 4. Boring, I know it's a dumb reason.
No, it is a dumb reason, because
but it's because they're putting $500,000 on the line.
So this is all about the money, and instead of just waiting to complete the project, do you want to rush out the game, get the core elements out, just so that it can meet the deadline for this, instead of just making a proper video game?
Yes. I can't disagree with that whatsoever. But it's also because this is what the community's all about. It's about the money. People are, you've got sponsors like, let's say, Red Bull picking up players. You've got Mad Cats. Everybody's sponsoring players. And instead of, let's say, having Ultra Street Fighter appear in Final Round, NorCal Regionals, and people gaining points for Street Fighter 5, even though they're playing Ultra Street Fighter 4, that's why this is happening. I'm not going to agree with it, I'm not going to disagree with it, but that's the point.
Yeah.
Either we like it or not. You know, yesterday was Wednesday night fights, and people were showing off day 1, day 2 skills. You know, some great combos that actually I didn't expect to see. I put out a video on Nerd Reactor showing what Desk did with Fang and Ryu. Some impressive combos, and that's what the whole thing's gonna end up turning into. Nobody's gonna care about the single player mode as much, but they are gonna care about the new characters. You know, I'm hoping Alec is gonna be good. And it's just going to be a culmination coming up to Evo, where, you know, I think Street Fighter's going to have, you know, I'm wondering how much the pot's going to be for Evo. And then Capcom Cup's going to be 500K, and that's in December, so it's all going to be up to that.
So, okay, so that's what you believe that's going to the reason why Capcom is doing this. But you're okay with it, or?
You know, I'm not okay with it. You know, when I pay $60 for a game, I expect a full game experience. You know, I can forgive the terrible day 1 because it's improved over by day 2.
Yeah.
Everybody was jumping on the server. Everybody wants to be a part of Evo, Capcom Cup. So everybody's buying the game day 1 because, hey, 500K.
Yeah.
I'm planning on probably entering Evo this year. I know a couple of other riders are. It's that want that gets us to do it.
So what's the entry fee for Evo?
You know, I think it's, I know it's, you know, I have to retake a look, but I believe it's $50 for entry, and then $25 per game.
Per game, wow. So that's, entering it can be really pricey if you want to participate in Evo.
If you're going to play multiple. That's why a lot of people pick 1 or 2 games, or have sponsors. You know, there are players like Justin Wong that maybe enter 4 or 5 games.
Yeah, because he's got all the sponsors he needs.
Hey, I wish I could be that good. I wish I could be that good.
Yeah, that's why you gotta keep playing online.
I'll stick to going to locals and working with friends until the internet's the whole online things. But Capcom's working on it. I'll give them that. They know how big this game is. We're gonna have to see where everything goes. My other con. This game feels a little too simplistic. You know, it's still fun, it's still nice, but it's a little too simplistic with some characters. It's more about the footsies, and, you know, Zangief was my main, and I loved the way I can get in before. I have to find new ways to get in, and, you know, yesterday Snake Eyes showed me what Zangief can do.
Yeah. For me, I like the simplistic aspect of it, because that's how you can get new players in. More players to join in on the community, because, like, for me personally, games like Marvel vs. Capcom, it's like a lot of flash, just a lot of stuff happening. I like things like just basic fight mechanics, and that's why I like the Street Fighter franchise compared to like the other stuff.
You know, I'll say that it's less flash, less flash, less fluff. It's simple footsies game. You've got some nice well, you don't have as much mix-ups that we've seen so far compared to Ultra Street Fighter 4, but it is enjoyable.
Yeah.
You know, you might want to, for me, I like watching just as much as I like playing. And let's say us playing won't be exciting as watching some pros play.
How dare you? How dare you?
You know, we did some matches earlier, and I think that I answered you just answered everything. But anyway, I enjoy it, but it's in a different way. I loved Ultimate Marvel. It's flashy, it's fun, and, you know, you need high execution. You do need some high execution to master characters in this game, but for the most part you have a lot easier time playing this than you did Ultra. You have to agree there.
In terms of, like, winning
movements, gameplay, you know, your movesets, it's a lot easier. They got rid of a lot of the charged characters.
See, I miss the charged characters.
Yeah,
like
I do.
M. Bison, the thing that makes him cool is his Psycho Crusher, back forward punch, and here it's gone. What am I going to use M. Bison for? That's like my favorite move. So you take it out.
It's your critical art. It's your critical art, you at least.
See, yes, it's been used for critical art. It's like, come on, I want to use that every time.
He didn't have it in Alpha. That was also his super.
Well, I'm not a fan of Alpha.
How dare you, sir? How dare you? The thing we're also going to be at Street Fighter V is this is the only version we'll ever get. We'll get updates. Everything's gonna be obtainable through the game.
Yeah.
But we're also gonna see balance changes.
Yeah. So people, because they're sticking to one game, they can focus on just making a better experience for that. So that I think would be good in the long run.
Yeah. By what, September we'll have 22 characters. That extra 6.
Yeah.
I'm fine with 16. I wish we would have had the 22 in the first place. 16 is a low number compared to what we've seen over the last.
And it's a lot more than what we had in the Street Fighter 2 with 8 characters.
But how long ago was that?
Still.
We've been so used to 20 plus characters, 30 plus characters, so many things that when you go back to 16, it feels weird because you lose that variety, you lose different options. The one thing that made really Ultra Street Fighter 4 exciting was being able to see a large cast of characters make top 8. You might have a couple doubles.
Well, right now when you're playing, the top characters right now, they're pretty different. They're pretty varied. Number one right now is Cammy, and then you got the other one. The double I didn't see until maybe.
But we're talking about online. Yeah. Online warriors and offline warriors are two different worlds. Because you have things like lag. You have things like they're just people disconnecting. There's all these weird things. But when you go to the true grit of this game is when you go to locals, you go to tournaments. You see things you wouldn't expect. That's why I think Wednesday, you need to go to Wednesday Night Fights with me.
Okay. I'll go.
Okay, we're going to the esports arena.
All right.
And you're going to compete. And you're going to...
I don't want to spend money!
You're just paying what, $10 for the tournament and I think $10 to get in?
I'm already paying for the game!
Yeah, but if you win, you'll get so much recognition. And you'll win some money.
And the hearts of Capcom and... Ono-san.
But okay, so I can't give this game a full review right now because there's too much missing.
Yeah.
So this is my incomplete review.
Yeah.
So right now I give the game, I'm gonna give it a 3.5.
3.5
out of 5.
Yeah. Yeah. It's tough. It's just a lot of stuff's missing from it, but the core, I like the core gameplay. I'm having fun with it. But I can't even give it a rating yet. So I'm gonna leave it at nothing.
To be continued.
Dash. To be continued.
So kind of like the store. This update will be available in March. This review will be available in TBD.
Yeah. So with that, let us know what you think about Street Fighter V if you're playing it right now, and whether you think it's very bare bones and you think it's bad on Capcom for releasing some of the other content later. Just leave the comments below. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel.
Wait. What if people want to play us?
Oh.
You never know. Maybe somebody wants to try.
All right. If you want to play it, Chris, how are you gonna play it?
You can find me on PlayStation 4. Obviously, it's PlayStation 4 PC, but NR_Chris.
Yeah. And if you want to play me, you just search for a Nerd Spartan. That's where you can find me. You can probably whoop my ass, but we'll see. But with that, I'm John.
I'm Chris,
and we'll see you guys later.